We promise to do everything in our power to help you guys succeed.
The real vision for CUNY Prep was to create a college prep program for out-of-school youth, not to create another GED program with low expectations and, where kids would show up or not and get their daily grind of test prep.
It's all about what you do after you get your GED. So that's why I'm here.
The idea was to really educate the kids and create an alternative setting.
But in my old school, I just used to fight, so I got kicked out, and trying to change my life around now.
The process of becoming a student here at CUNY Prep is we use the Stanford 10 exam for our students. They have to read above an 8th grade reading level. Would you like to go to college?
Yes.
Is that like your major goal?
Yes.
That's our major goal as well, just so we know that up front, okay? Then I give them an interview and determine whether or not they're going to be a good fit for us, as well as we're going to be a good fit for them. So what's going on at the school? Are you behind on credits to graduate?
Yeah,
or?
behind on credits.
I let them know right off the bat that our program is not a GED program. Our curriculum and everything is based on them going on to college. You'll begin March 28th, 2011 at 9 a.m. sharp. After the students are accepted, they're invited to a mandatory orientation process they have to complete in order to gain admission.
The fact that you all are sitting here in this room today means that you are resilient.
Orientation is an extremely important part of our model here at CUNY Prep.
So what do you guys come up with for that? Core values of CUNY Prep.
The first week that students come in, they're certainly immersed in the culture of CUNY Prep.
You cannot be absent more than 6 times in a 3-month period. You are dropped from the program.
We work through things like our handbook and the rules and regulations and all of that kind of thing. But we also challenge them to start thinking about themselves, forming new academic identities.
So you can come to me and you can talk about whatever issues you may be having.
At CUNY Prep, I think the thing that makes us most unique is we take the entire student, the life outside and the life inside, and try to address all of the needs.
My mother had me while she was locked up, so my mother had me, then I went to live with my aunt for like 3 years.
It's very difficult hearing the lives our students lead. We deal with the question of how can I show how important education is when this student is just working every day just to survive or get by, or doesn't know where they're going to sleep at night, or doesn't know what they're going to eat, or if they can eat.
They have very complicated lives, and poverty is a burden that we can't understand unless we're living it.
Some of the biggest challenges that we face are what's outside of CUNY Prep.
So you need to plan to be here early.
That could be a student's home life, the responsibilities a student has to the household they live in, or a student's view towards school, what they've faced in their education in the past.
Give me some energy. 6, 7, 8.
Some who were frustrated with their old school. Some who were bullied at their old schools.
Up, shoulder, 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 step, shoulder, look.
Some who have gotten involved with drugs or gangs or are pregnant or young mothers and have been rejected in some way.
People from the outside would think that because we deal with the out-of-school youth population, that we have the worst of the worst here, when in fact we actually have the best of the best.
Hey, very good, see?
I think every single teacher in here has come to the point where you meet a student and you wonder, how did you end up at CUNY Prep? I mean, because these kids are amazing.
For the gene that codes for hair color, each time there's a different possible outcome. They don't fit the stereotype of what I think most people perceive as a high school dropout. They're motivated, they're driven, they're focused, they're engaged, they're just good kids. When chromosome 8 come together, some sort of mutation occurs. But most students arrive with some sort of academic neglect. They have holes in their academic development.
Which ones are most important to you? How would your character feel about each of these issues?
Sometimes I have this theory that the ones who made it to us are the students who were most unwilling to settle for any less than what they deserved. The subpar education and resources and services that they were getting wasn't working for them. And I don't know, I think that's kind of a cool, strength-based way to think about our students.
Every map has a key.
They're bright. We have a lot of very bright students. They're just not aware of how bright they are. They seem to have come with a very negative view of themselves, many of them. And once they realized how intelligent they are, they just bloom.
At the moment you pick the animal out of the hat, you can only make sounds that animal makes.
Move, move, move. Students here I find are very creative. The things that kids can do here is kind of amazing. Even though I taught at a top-rated school in Jamaica, I didn't think those kids were Either they weren't creative, well, maybe it was the teachers that probably wasn't drawing that out of them.
Let